Welcome, everybody. It's Good Friday, April 18th, 2025. This is the Mycity Zoom networking group event, and I'm your MC, Scott Harrell, with our host, Bob Friedenthal. We're going to do quick introductions, and we're going to also have a guest speaker, Joe Nicasio, which I'm looking forward to. So I'm going to try to make sure we restrict our intros to 1 minute. I'm going to put the timer on, and that way that'll guarantee enough time for Joe to do his presentation. And we will get started momentarily with you, Bob. Just give me 1 second to get the timer going.
Ready, set.
And a quick reminder to put your contact info in the chat, especially if you're new. Welcome, Danielle. And take it away, Bob.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. This group has been running for like 9 years. We used to meet in person pre-COVID, and Zoom really changed our lives, didn't it? Huge amount of change. And so now you can be much more efficient, much more effective, and I think you still can get as much personalization as meeting in person. So I call myself a LinkedIn junkie. I have a staff of people that manage people's LinkedIn accounts for them, grow it based on who you want to meet. And I'm just loving it. Right now, I'm in Rancho Mirage, Palm Springs, and having a good time.
All right, thank you, Bob. So we're going to go around the room. Next up, we're going to talk to Roy and then Spencer, if you'd get ready to go, and then Santa. So let's all say good morning to Roy Dickin.
Good morning. Yeah, we're explaining to manufacturers how much better their factories can run when they have real-time data about their operations. I think that speed, precision, and uptime are going to determine whether or not a company will survive. But we've got a solution. It's called digital twin technology. It can provide real-time digital replicas of a manufacturer's physical systems, and they can monitor them, they can make predictions, and they can act before problems occur. Ford and General Motors, some of the larger manufacturing companies are already doing this, but most of the mid-size manufacturers aren't doing this at all, may not even know about it. So that's our target market. We're going to introduce this and offer it to them.
And if I can say real quick, is Roy and the group, they're very really an outstanding group of professionals, got a strategic value plus a solutions group, and I think they've got a vision and really doing a great job of pulling a project together. I'm happy to be a part of that and attend. So thank you, Roy.
Thank you, Phil, and we're glad you're a part of it as well.
All right, appreciate it. And then let's everybody give a first-time welcome to Spencer Rich. Good morning,
guys.
Spencer.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me, Bob. I can see this is a deep experience and value add group, and that's what I'm looking for. I've been working in real estate development and construction management. I have skills from all over the place. I've done land development, I've done general contracting, both residential and commercial, majority commercial, which is a good thing, and commercial lending. Real estate development, consulting, and my own projects. And now I'm trying to get my own business up and out of the ground. I'm here in San Diego. We do have a lot of problems, but one thing we are trying to solve is affordable housing. And I think all of us understand how important that is. San Diego City's one of the leaders on that forefront. They have crazy ADU bonuses programs where literally somebody had oh, sorry, my time's up. Thank you very much. I'll share more later.
Okay, we
Spencer,
appreciate
who are
that.
you trying to meet? Who would you like to connect with?
Well, right now I'm building out my team, particularly manufacturers. So my homes are built off site and I have some relationships already in place. And then also general contractors, boots on the ground here in San Diego or Southern California.
All right, fantastic. Thank you. Sorry to cut you off, Spencer. We're gonna get around the room and we're gonna talk to Santa and then Betty and then Sam. So good morning, Santa.
Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's off to a roaring start. Hey, Santa Pop John here. I am creating smiles all over the world. Yes, I do this worldwide year round. And my newest one is I'm releasing t-shirts to go along with some of my stories and coloring books. So can you imagine Santa reading a story to your family and I say your children's names actually in the story that I'm reading? But since we're on a veteran group, I'm going to explain the last 30 seconds about my veteran page. Santa loves working with veterans, and he's got a whole different website called The Warriors Beacon of Hope, where I'm compiling a nationwide list of services, meetings, to help our veterans. And we all know how important communication is for our veterans. But also, veterans have children, and there is a list of scholarships on there for the children of veterans and grandchildren. So, Santa Papa John, all around good guy and willing to help veterans, and everybody put a smile on your face.
All
Back
right,
to you,
that's
Scott.
great. I was just thinking, I forget the name of the website, but there's a site that features celebrities that people can order custom
Yep,
greetings.
yep.
Like, are you on that?
Cameo, yeah.
Oh, Cameo, yeah. Awesome. It's a great thing. All right, thanks, Santa. And good morning, Betty Withrow.
Good morning, Scott Harrell, and all in this room. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm Betty Withrow, the Writer's Launchpad. I provide support for authors, and at this point, I'm focusing on book creation from concept through publishing and marketing. I'm building out my capabilities in particularly in PR and working with some amazing professionals who provide high-level design support and strategizing for your custom messaging. I want to give an acknowledgement to Phil. A very close friend of mine wants to sell her business, and I had total confidence in referring her to Phil. You will hear from her, Phil. And
Thank you so
so
much. That
you're
would be
welcome.
awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. She wanted to say she was getting ready to sell right before COVID. And so yeah, she we're ready. So
Love to give her a hand.
yeah, all right. And good morning, everyone. I wish you the best. I hope we connect offline.
Oh, you're on mute, Scott.
Oh, sorry. One of the great functions of this group is to be a source of referrals within the group, as well as tapping into your network externally. But within the group, there's so many fantastic people. So we really appreciate that we have this engagement. We want to keep that going. So that includes people like Sam Curd, who is a great networker. Good morning, Sam.
Oh, morning. Thank you. Appreciate it, Scott. That's a very nice intro. Sam Curd with 4C Productions, and we build stunning websites that include basically logos and engaging content and licensed images and video clips, all basically combined in like a one-stop shop or shop, I should say, to tell your story, connect with your audience, and make it more engaging. So the name 4C Productions it stands where what it means is like we see beyond the standard designs and try to take a standard, let's say, site into a more stunning
And
design and go above and beyond what the standard is out there. So we build things with purpose, precision, and creativity. So Sam Curd with 4C Productions. Thank you.
beautiful, great timing too. So you do like 4D chess with design. All right, thank you, and good morning, Phil Wolfstein.
Well, good morning. Good morning. Thanks, Scott. Always great to be here. Phil Wolfstein with Zoom Business Brokers. I'm a certified business broker, and I like to say I help business owners find qualified buyers for their business. And what I'm bumping up into more and more is, owner operators that haven't thought about or planned to exit or sell their business. One of the key issues I'm bumping up against is opposed to even books and records or landlord and new lease up issues. We're not selling the owner; we're selling the business, and planning ahead, and having a plan, and having thinking about a buyer that's going to buy your business. How are they going to step in and run it and realize the profits and the revenue that you're making now? And professionals like we have in this group and that we have in our networks are absolutely essential to help that owner and operator plan for the future and an exit, ideally 3 years in advance.
Okay, thanks, Phil. And next coming up will be Dennis, and then Debbie, and then Joe will give a quick intro. So good morning to Dennis Schroeder.
Good morning. Thanks for this group. And I live in Middle Tennessee, just north of Nashville. I'm a retired Army officer, and I run a nonprofit called the Price of Freedom Foundation, where we tell the complete life stories of those who died while in military service or proximate to that service. We are going to be having our first ever Memorial Day event on Memorial Day. It's going to be an all-day event, and we will be having opportunities for folks to hear from the families we serve. We'll have some clips from interviews that I've done, and just an opportunity to question and answer and see how you can possibly become a part of what we're doing or support us. Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis. We really appreciate what the service you provide, and it's always great to see you here every week. Okay, next up, Debbie Voris. Good morning, Debbie.
Good morning. Are you overwhelmed with stress and emotions? I'm Debbie, your certified holistic health coach. I do help people in many different areas of health and mindset to empower your mind, body, and soul. And as you know, Scott was on my show last week. My upcoming show is on stress and hormones. And I also have a workshop coming up on the 26th of April at 9 a.m. where I'm going to empower your mind and life by helping you learn how to manage your stress and hormones. Not stress and hormones, stress and emotions. So reach out to me regarding my podcast, or if you want to do a Vita scan or Zytoscan, or if you want to do just an appointment to get to know me and set up a consultation, ask me what I do. So I'm going to put the links in the chat. So you guys have a fabulous week. And remember, my company is Debbie Changes Lives.
Thanks, Debbie. Perfect. All right, so next up will be Joe, followed by Sydney, and then Cheryl. So good morning, Joe Nicasio.
Well, I'm Joe Nicasio. I'm a business marketing consultant, sales consultant. I've been coaching businesses since 1999. I'm going to be speaking a little later on the lost art of lead nurturing, so I'm going to keep mine short. But if you have a business and you want to grow a business and you're humble enough to receive some coaching, I'm here to help you build a better business. And I'll pass it back to you, Scott.
Beautiful. You know, I'd say it's not a matter of being humble. I think it's being smart. People need coaches, and the best performers, the most successful people have coaches, and those coaches sometimes have coaches. So looking forward to your presentation. And then I wanted to welcome, I think you're a first timer, Sydney Whitesmith. Great to have you here. Tell us where you're from and what's going on, and good morning.
Sure. I'm Sidney Wildsmith. I'm in Encinitas, California. Some other people seem to be located near me. I'm been a lifelong creative facilitator. I help people make things happen. I do a whole lot of things. Primarily, I'm a naturalist and a biologist, so I've worked a lot in nature education. I was an artist in residence in 7 national parks because I'm also an artist. But I've also worked in entrepreneurship, working with the solar industry and new startups. But at this point in my life, because I'm not exactly a young kid anymore, but I've had an adventurous life. But at this point, I'm focusing on my art, and I'm going to encourage you all to go to my website and order a special mug based on some of some of my artwork. And it's a lot of fun. So I would welcome the chance to talk with anybody about just about anything. And I had a wonderful conversation with Betty yesterday, just a wonderful thing. I do a lot of writing and creative things, so that's kind of my zone. So just talk to me sometime and we'll have a good chat.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. This guy's brilliant.
Thank you.
Hey, we've got lots of brilliant here. So welcome. In fact, were you here one time before, Sydney?
Yes, I was last week.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Great. Appreciate your being here again. So thank you so much. And then we also appreciate Cheryl McBride. Cheryl's out there somewhere in space, it looks like.
Hey, I'm so happy to be here. It's so fun to see all the different people that I've met in different groups. We're all gathering here. So there you go, Bob. I teach people how money works, and recently we lost a sister-in-law. I lost a sister-in-law, and I had checked and checked and checked, and they said we're good, and then they posted a GoFundMe. So we never know when we're going to walk off the planet, but we need to be prepared for us and living benefits and for our family that's left behind. So let me know who I can help. I'm happy to teach and serve, whatever you want me to do. Thanks so much.
Okay, thanks, Cheryl. Quick question. Are you a licensed insurance agent?
I am. I
Okay,
am
that's good to know.
licensed, and I have those around me that have more licenses if we need it. Good resources.
Beautiful.
I have good resources.
Well, add me to that list. I'm also an agent. So, but we appreciate you and thank you for being here. And then we're going to next say hi to Kathy Cuevas and then Linda and then Nate. So good morning, Kathy.
There we are. I'm unmuted now. You hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. Hi, I'm Kathy Cuevas. I've been gone for a while, for a month, because I've been traveling the world, but now I'm back on the planet for at least 2 months. So anyway, I'm a financial coach dedicated to empowering women overcome stress, build wealth, and achieve financial independence with confidence. And I'm just the person for this because I have a passion for others and I have empathy because I've personally experienced financial stress in my life quite a bit in my early years, which has deepened my empathy, like I said, and the drive to assist others in similar situations. Through practical guidance, I simplify personal finance from eliminating debt to starting to smart investing. My mission is to help women transform their financial habits to design the goals they'd like and deserve. And you don't have to be in financial debt. Let's say you need to start at investing. I can start you off where you're at. So it just seems like these days, a lot of people, because of COVID and setbacks and not knowing how to spend and spending too much, they can't do that.
All right, thanks, Kathy. And we're so glad you're back. So thank you.
Thanks.
And I'm delighted to again see my friend Linda Blair. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Good Friday. Linda Blair from Thrive, broadcasting from Southern California. I'm the internet and marketing diva of the group. I help business owners embrace the digital internet world, and I can help enhance their online presence and ranking on Google and other sites for their local SEO rankings. This is done so that you can attract a broader audience and gain more exposure. We also track all your impressions, clicks, and calls. Another part of our platform is our award-winning AI CRM software, and that integrates with your website and all your internet presence. It's all in one dashboard, so you don't have to duct tape multiple platforms together. Part of a CRM, it's like a digital hub for managing your interactions with your customers or potential clients. It's essentially a tool that helps organize, track, and nurture your relationships with clients, various touch points. Give me a DM and I'll share a little bit more with you.
Thank you, Linda. All righty. And so coming up next will be Nate, followed by Bill, followed by Patrick, and then Danielle, and then Joshua. So good morning to Nate Hallams.
Good morning. I'm coming to you from beautiful downtown Cincinnati. I'm Nate Hollums. I'm with BYF 360 Wellness Consulting. And I do encourage you to take a look at some of the stuff that the Strategic Value Plus or V Plus is doing with Roy. Pretty high-powered folks there, and I think they're going to make a difference in the world of manufacturing. So it could become a new industry standard. So our business, we serve businesses with 20 employees or more. We expand their benefits. We increase their cash flows. Dennis, I may have some people for you. We just are enrolling a nonprofit here in Cincinnati that works primarily with veterans. And so there's some folks that have been with them that have passed on. But they're excited because cash flow is a big deal for everybody out there right now. We're also helping a small hospital, same sort of a thing. You'd be surprised, as expensive as healthcare is for us, how much strain there is on small hospitals. So love to talk to anybody about it. And Bill, I want to thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you, Nate.
Love the music.
Yeah. It's like you just won an award. So we appreciate you. Okay. And then we got a wise guy that we love, Bill Schweber. You got to unmute and tell us about it.
I got it. Thank you. I'm the wise guy from New York. I know people who know people. All seriously, I do IT data forensics for major litigation, so I definitely know people who know people. I'd love to meet attorneys, accountants, whatever size, doesn't make a difference. I've worked with major law firms, small solo practitioners. And also, I run a networking group exclusively for attorneys, accountants, and companies and people that service them. And I've got a huge, huge database that goes into the six figures. So if anybody wants to meet somebody in particular, if you could define the person you're looking to meet, I might know that individual or that company, whatever. Set up a one-on-one with me. My information is in chat. Love to try to help people. That's my other passion.
And you got it in under a minute. So job well done. Thank you, sir. All righty. From across the pond, Patrick. Patrick, I'm giving you 1 minute. So here you go. Take it away.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Happy Easter, everybody. Easy on the chocolate unless it's dark. You can eat as much as you like. I don't know what's been happening to me the last couple of weeks, but I seem to be looking at a lot of YouTube about your country. And I try to say, what's going on here? So here's a few words about this. The most important four-letter word in the English dictionary is free. You know, free, F-R-E-E, free. Now, freedom is not the absence of responsibility. It is the absence of restraints imposed by others on us. And to be truly free, it is necessary to impose restraints on ourselves. You know, why am I doing this? Why do I want this? You know, so I've more on that for a one-on-one. But listen, what I do is I'm working with people who believe their health is their greatest wealth, and it's up to them to take full responsibility to invest into it. I'm working with people who have major illnesses or not major illnesses. And look, I want to share some information with you. Thank you. Sorry, I've run over a bit.
That's all right. Thank you, Patrick. Yeah, it's pretty crazy here in the US right now, but it's good to have
But
friends.
you guys have what it takes. You know, you guys have what it takes. Just stand
right.
up and be counted. You know, whatever you want to do.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. And then I think it's the first time. Welcome to Danielle Mersola. Good to have you here. Good morning.
Yeah, it's my first time and I'll make it brief, but I'm Danielle Mersola. I'm located in Los Angeles, Burbank to be exact, and I work with a company called Mona Payment Solutions. We are a woman and minority owned company. There's only 7 of us, so we like to say we're small but mighty, and we do merchant services. So we help businesses with their point of sale system. We can help with website payments, you name it. We work with any type of business that takes payments. And we like to say that we set ourselves apart from others by our customer service. We have a team that is strictly on chargeback. So we monitor your chargebacks if you have one come in. We let you know right away. We also have some great programs. We've been offering a cash discount program that we've been teaching different business owners about, and that's helps you as a business owner put more money in your pocket. So I will stop there, but I'd love to chat with you all. Thank you.
All righty. And I'm trusting that you put your contact info in the chat, Danielle.
Good.
That way we can encourage people to capture that information and get a meeting with you. And thank you for joining us. Glad to have you here.
Thank
So
you.
next up, it'll be Jesse, followed by Joshua, and then Eileen. So good morning, Jesse Lee.
Good morning. Thank you, everybody. I am a strategic business implementer specialized in US and Asia Pacific market. I help company identify opportunities across border and leverage the opportunity to uncover their unique advantage in a new market. US and Asia Pacific are the two ultimate growing economic engine in the world. There are tremendous opportunities now in Asia market that I talked about last week, that especially in China, that you have to be there to understand what's going on. There's a tremendous innovation momentum going on there, which European company already know and be there now to take advantage of it. I hope I can help US company leverage that advantage too. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Jesse. Sorry, we have to keep our time a little strict this morning. We got a presentation coming, but thank you for being here. Appreciate the information. And I'm going to say good morning, Joshua Berman.
Good morning, all, and thanks for having me. So first and foremost, Joshua Berman. I'm a management and operations and leadership specialist. I'm a results-oriented, very data-driven, but people person type of person. I'm looking for a new role in that arena. Wanted to specifically reach out and say thank you to Nate Hallam for being such a great referral source for me, and to Joe Nicasio for spending a huge block of time explaining to me how to really grow my brand and my business. So thank you to everyone there, and I will end here. 42 seconds early.
All right, beautiful. I know things will be getting better for you, Joshua, and we appreciate your being here with us.
Thank you, Scott.
And good morning to Eileen Dawson.
Morning. Eileen Dawson. I just an example of a client this morning was somebody who was making about 160 a year, has been unemployed for the last 5 months, started a sales job for 50,000, but has about $45,000 in credit card debt and student and vehicle loans. So I'm helping her navigate through the crisis of finances. We'll get her on solid ground. We just need a little bit of time. So, but the first thing is to know what's going on in your budget so that we can make sure that we close that gap. So that's what I do. I help people get out of debts and stop living paycheck to paycheck.
Beautiful. Okay, thank you, Eileen. I just got a note indicating that people didn't get the video from last week. So Bob, could have Mahedi follow up on that, please, because we like to be able to capture the chat info as well as maybe watch the recording of the show. So
I'll follow
Mahedi,
up.
take it.
I'll follow up.
All right. Okay, thank you. Thanks, everybody. And then fortunately, we got a nice chunk of time available for Joe Nicasio. Joe, I think, do you want to do a screen share, or are you just going to be talking?
Yeah, I need a screen share if you can make that available.
Okay, let me see. I think that should be no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, you're co-host, so go for it. And then we're going to give you 10 minutes and then 5 minutes for Q&A. And if we need a little more time, just let me know. So, Take it away.
All right. Well, today I'm Joe, and I'm a marketing consultant. I've been a business coach, marketing consultant, sales consultant since 1999. I've coached over 4,000 people in over 400 different industries. So, what I wanted to share with you today, we're going to talk a little bit about the lost art of lead nurturing. There's one thing to generate leads. We all want more leads, and then we want a higher quantity of leads, and we want a higher quality of leads. But what do you do with those leads when they come in? I find that a lot of business owners do not have a good lead nurture process. So, my whole system of I help people start and grow businesses from scratch in a bulletproof way. Everybody says risk comes from, entrepreneurship is risky. Warren Buffett said risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. So if you know what you're doing, it's not so risky. So this is my whole business model is do what you love, share the love, receive the love. It's all about building a happiness centered business. It's not just about making money, but actually waking up every day enjoying what you do. And so today, lead nurturing is a little slice of my teaching system. And my first question, and I'd like to see some people type in the chat. What's your biggest challenge when it comes to lead nurturing or lead generation? Do you want more leads? Do you want a higher quality of lead? Do you waste your time with too much talking to the wrong people? Just like a little interaction. What's your biggest challenge when it comes to leads? The thing is, if you want to be great, he who wishes to be great must learn to serve the many. Okay. And so I know everybody here we got some awesome people at the Mycity group here. Okay. And if you want to have a greater business, you're going to need to reach out and serve more people. And you want to expand your impact. I think all of us, there's 3 reasons to be in business: money, meaning, and freedom, or income, impact, and independence. And of course, we want more money, but what's really cool is we actually have the chance to impact people's lives with the great work that we do. And so I think when it comes to, sharing the love with people, number one is people are just not aware of our contribution. And by the way, I hope this really should apply to pretty much everybody in this space today. Everybody wants to grow their business, I think, unless you're just so swamped. So, if you don't share the love effectively, most people are not aware of your contribution. And secondly, is they don't understand our superpowers and the transformation. By the way, good question is, what are your superpowers? Better question is, what superpowers do your customers have after they work with you? But if we don't share the love, people will not know who we are and what we're about. And if we don't share the love very much, we minimize our sales. And, here's the bottom line is, if we don't get good at sharing the love and generating leads and impacting more people, we end up limiting our potential. We end up playing a smaller game than we could and should be playing. But I think the opportunity in terms of sharing the love about you and your business is, number one, you create more market awareness. I think this is a fun slide. Bunch of happy seniors. More people get to know about who you are and what you're about. And if we share the love well, we create buying desire. We want people to understand what we do. We want them to appreciate what we do, and hopefully, get them to desire what we do. And that leads to more sales, money, and success. But what it really leads to is you get to make a bigger difference. You can impact more lives and prosper at a higher level. So who should you share the love with? You should share the love with 3 groups of people here. Number one, there's unaware prospects. Through a group like Mycity, more people can be aware of you, and everybody in this room can refer people to you. So there's a lot of people that don't know what they don't know about you. The second group of people is there are people that are aware of you, but they haven't bought yet. And this is where lead nurturing really kicks in. And of course, you should share the love with your current paying customers or clients and your past clients. The easiest money you'll ever make is reactivating your inactive customers. People that did business with you once will probably do business with you a second, third, and fourth time. So, question here is what is a lead? We throw this word around, I need more leads, but what is a lead? Okay. A lead is a human being who has raised their hand demonstrating interest, okay? So if you think of it in terms of hand raising, okay, that actually attaches a human being with a human hand, okay? A lead is somebody that said, you know what, I am interested. So let me give you an example. This is going to require a little bit of participation, but example, if I could show you a way to jumpstart your sales by June 1st, which is a little bit more than a month from now, would you want that? Raise your hand. Physically raise your hand in the room. Okay. If I could show you a way to jumpstart your hand by June 1st, would you want that? And I do see some hands going up. Okay. So that's a lead. Okay. I think we use this word lead. I think it's objectifying. The truth is a lead is a human being, and we really shouldn't lose sight of that. So, everybody wants the Glengarry leads. For those of you who've seen the movie Glengarry, Glen Ross, these are the Glengarry leads. You don't get the Glengarry leads. Glengarry leads are for closers. Put that coffee down. Coffee is for closers. It's a pretty obnoxious movie, actually. But, where did the Glengarry leads come from? They come from this idea of lead nurturing. When we generate a lead, there's a lead buying temperature. So on a scale of 1 to 10, a 1 is I'm barely mildly interested in your services, and a 10 is like, here's my credit card. So one of the mistakes people make is they generate a lead and then they jump directly onto a sales call. And I recommend that you don't do that. I recommend that you warm people up before you get them on an appointment, because, okay, the harder my marketing works, the harder your marketing works, the easier your selling goes. Okay. Let me put it another way. It's better to kiss a girl who's leaning into you than try to kiss a girl who's leaning away from you. The same thing's true in your business. Okay. Let's warm people up before we ask them to marry us, please. Okay. So, there's a metaphor here. It's kind of like a gardener who nurtures their garden. You generate leads. Let's nurture people before we, get all salesy. Let's get people asking. I don't want to chase people. I'd rather be chased by people. I want to attract people because I bring great value to the marketplace. So here's some statistics about leads, okay? And these are pretty universal. Dean Jackson did some research on this. If you generate 200 leads, 50% of them are in the red there. We call those the non-buyers. They will not buy from you. They will not buy from anyone. They just like free stuff. They'll raise their hand at anything. Okay. But on the top of this, if you have 100 people left over, okay, 15% of the leads that you generate are what's called the now buyers. In other words, they're going to buy between, now and 90 days out. But the other group of people, 85% are not the now buyers, they're the later buyers. And if you nurture them, this is, they're going to buy from you or someone else. If you do nurture them, you can tap a large part of that opportunity. But if you don't nurture them, they will buy just from someone else. Okay. So this is a huge opportunity, and this is where lead nurturing comes in. So, what is a lead? A lead isn't just somebody that's in your email box. Yes, you want to generate leads in your email, but you also want to get them in your social media groups. You want to get them into chat conversations. You want to once somebody raises their hand, you want to immerse them in your world. So number one is, when you generate a lead, why not have a nurture sequence to, get people to know you, like you, trust you, love you, know, love, and trust. Okay. We can use email to now get people more conditioned to learning about us. The second thing we can do is get people to our Facebook group or to our circle group or our school group. But we don't want to get people just to our group. We want to get them through our group, because the ultimate goal is to get people into a higher quality connection, like a Zoom call. And the third thing we can do is start getting people into chat or DM type conversations. We want to qualify leads. So, on the one hand, human beings have very short attention spans. One of my friends says that people search the internet like a crack crazed monkey searching for a banana. Okay. So it's true, people have short attention spans, but on the other side, bingers are buyers. If you can give people a binge-worthy experience and you can get people to binge on great content before they talk to you, bingers become buyers. And so I have a secret tool I use for lead nurturing, but because of time, so I'll just kind of wrap up here. It might be a little time for Q&A, but what I shared today was about lead nurturing, which is a subsection of sharing the love. And if you have a business and you want to, nurture your leads better or grow any part of your business better, I want to invite you to reach out to me. This guy, Steven Kwasinski, was stalking me on social media. I never talked to him, but when I did talk to him the first time, he said, Joe, I've been stalking you for a year. I want you to be my coach. So, if you're putting good content out, people will show interest in you, even though you've never talked to them before. So do you see the immense opportunity with lead nurturing? Look, you can try and share the love on your own, or you can get some help. And that's what I do, is I help people build a better business. And so that's something you're interested in, please reach out. And that's kind of my crash course in lead nurturing. I've got a lot of levels of deep areas to help people with on that, but I would like to just take any questions and answers while we got a couple minutes. And
I just want to say that I've been doing lead generation for years, and the best thing you can do with leads is exactly what Joe said. You've got to nurture them. And most people, they get a lead and they try it, and that's the last time they touch it. That is absolutely wrong. And if Joe can teach you how to do this, it could be the most important thing you ever learn.
Awesome. Any questions?
Bill, you had a comment or question?
Yeah, I was wondering in your range of companies and industries you've worked in, Joe, have you done much with machine shops, like defense related or medically related machine shops, in terms of coaching?
Yeah, I have. I mean, I've worked with over 4,000 people in over 400 industries. Everybody thinks my business is different, but it's not. The purpose of a business is to create a human being customer. So if I was working with a machine shop, I would still be asking, who is your ideal customer and what problems do you solve for them? And let's tailor your message to those people, because a machine shop, maybe a machine shop is doing the mold makers are some of the most highly paid people in the world. I got a water bottle here, okay, but the water bottle, we stamp them out for a penny, a bottle, but the guy that makes money is the mold maker that makes stamping out millions of those bottles possible. And I think it's just a great opportunity. So I'm very good. I'm very principle centered. I apply proven principles to your unique situation, and we all have a unique situation. But at the end of the day, we're here to serve a client who has a problem, and then we're here to help solve that problem. So mold makers or machinists, they solve problems as well. So I hope
Very
that
good.
answers
Thank
your
you.
Hey, Joe, thanks for that. That's a great introduction to your process. And I agree with Roy that that's could be one of the most important things you do. When you're looking at developing a process for somebody, do you look at paid advertising? And if so, is that changing in your mind?
I think it's kind of malpractice to give a prescription without a proper diagnosis first. There's three ways to generate leads. There's free, there's paid, and there's partner. So for a startup business, I think, I would probably not push them towards paid advertising. We would want proof of concept, okay, and get your marketing message down and see if you can close some sales. Once you have something that works, let me give you a really quick formula here for social media: eyes, hands, hearts, and faces. So let's get people's eyeballs on your stuff. Okay, let's get them to raise their hands. Once people raise their hands, let's get into a conversation to discover the desires of their heart and qualify in the right people, qualify out the wrong people, build trust, and then let's get face to face and have that sales conversation. Now, once we have that working, and what we want to do is get more eyeballs on our stuff, you can boost posts or advertise to scale what's working. Spending money on something that doesn't work is a great way to just burn your cash. Okay. So let's prove a concept before we put money behind it. And it doesn't take money to make money. It takes customers.
Joe, how do you handle people who are, you're nurturing them, but they don't seem to be really interested. So is there a point where you let them go nicely, or what do you do? You know, do you say to them, look at just to clarify, have you any interest in what I'm doing, or would you rather me to take you off my follow-up list, or what's
Yeah, there's two parts of this, okay? If people are not, part of our job is to get people emotionally excited about what we do. And so if they're not getting emotionally, some people just have the personality like they were weaned on a pickle, okay? So they're just not excited about too much of anything. But we have a responsibility to speak into people's emotional hot buttons. What are their frustrations? What are their fears? What are their hopes? What are their aspirations? And if you can demonstrate, I understand your problems better than you do, you're going to come to the natural conclusion that I probably have the solutions, okay? And so it's your responsibility to have a message that gets people hot and bothered, okay? And if you're not getting people hot and bothered, there is a responsibility on you. But if you're doing your side of that and they're not responsive, they may be the non-buyers or the reluctant buyers, the later buyers. Put your energy into generating more leads. And, my job, I want to work with people who want to work with me. And if you're not interested, then I'm not interested, I do free calls with, just about anybody. And I'll give, let me buy you an hour of my time. Now, at the end of an hour, I might make you an offer. After that, I become compassion for hire. If you pay me, I care. But if you don't pay, I don't care. Okay. It's called a healthy boundary. Okay. And so I think it's just really important to sort out who's, the biggest determining factor if somebody's going to buy from you is a sense of urgency. And if they don't have a sense of urgency, they're not going to buy from you. I can't help somebody solve their problem until they admit they have a problem. And if I can demonstrate I have a solution to that problem. So, you want to enter the conversation that's already going on in the customer's mind, and they will receive your message. But if you're talking something, if you're not connecting, then you're probably going to have a cold lead. So the more, conversions begin with connections, and our message really needs to connect, not only in the soul, but in the heart and in the guts. I hope that answered your question.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, bravo, man. Yes. I really appreciate how your thoughtfulness and the thoroughness of what you're relating to in terms of what the prospects need and what the people need to accomplish. So you've got that nailed down better than I just stated.
That was very high level. I got framework, I've got systems, I got systems within systems. But what I shared today is just very bird's eye view, big picture, 30,000 foot view. But, when I work with clients, we get more into the nitty gritty, the hands on. I would say one of my superpowers is not just knowing what this stuff, but getting my clients to implement. I have very high client implementation rates.
Yeah,
Joe,
you barely get to talk about that. So
I want to make a comment. This guy knows what he's doing. That speaks worlds for just listening to you. It tells us that you know what you're doing. And thank you very much.
I put thousands of hours. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to get my education. I say one of the things unique about me is I've learned a lot about marketing, but I didn't learn it all. I made $1 million and I lost everything in the late 80s. Okay. And I got mentored by a genius guy named Jay Abraham. And one of the things is most people that hire a guy like Jay Abraham, they do it for their own me. I want to make more money. But one of the things I recognize is so many people are making marketing mistakes, or their marketing and their sales is sub-optimized. And I'm really focused on helping others. Number one is I don't chase the money. I really love transforming people's lives. And number two is I'm externally focused on helping others rather than just helping myself. And I love helping people grow their businesses, and I hate seeing people fail. And this is why I do the work. 9 out of 10 people fail in business, but not on my watch. My responsibility is to make sure that you have stacked all the odds in your favor of having a high level of success.
Love it. Thank you.
I'm sure time is about up.
All right.
But please feel free to reach out.
Really glad we got to hear you, Joe.
Yeah, I think everybody give a thumbs up.
Great
This guy
job.
knows what he's doing. He knows
Yep.
what he's doing.
Okay.
I've helped
beautifully
myself.
done.
I've helped myself. I've helped over thousands of others. I could help you. Would you like to be next? If so, reach out.
Now let's everybody quick wave to Burke Franklin. Hey, Burke.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah,
Burke
here.
Franklin. How you doing?
Burke, good morning.
Good morning.
Good.
Great
Joe,
presentation, Joe.
fantastic
Love it,
job.
man.
Just really great.
All good stuff. I was
I
thinking
want
about
to see those diagrams again.
Yeah.
With the sub levels. It's very impressive because it's all true.
I like that image behind you too. That's kind of interesting. The old guy being led away there.
The guy on the right is the new you emerging. The guy on the left is the old you that you're hanging on to, that you're dragging behind you.
Interesting.
That's giving friction to your growth and your progress.
I love it.
Very cool. All righty. Well, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Scott Harrell. My business is Lifetree Prosperity. I'm a business consultant and a financial advisor specializing in insurance solutions, life, health, annuities, Medicare, and I love meeting with people and talking to people. So I want to thank you all for joining us this week. We got a holiday coming up, so have a nice time with your families and friends, and looking forward to seeing you next week. If anybody has a quick comment or announcement, you got about 30 seconds.
God, if I was trying to help you in your business, once upon a time, maybe people set up a financial plan, but the world's changed. We've got tariffs and new things. My guess is Scott would probably do a free audit of your investment portfolio. Okay, so
this is true.
If you set up your investment plan one way, but the world's changing and you want to make sure it's set up proper in the future, give Scott a call for a free audit of your finances. I don't even know if you do that, Scott, but
well, I do.
That's
Actually,
what I would be offering right now.
Thank you. The one I'm excited about is we could do, it's like a needs analysis survey of your entire business. So that includes the financial side, but also some of the process and functionality side, and tax, lots of things, different ways to save your business money. So maybe we can have another talk about that soon. So thanks again, Joe. Thank you from coming all the way from Ireland to be with us, from the East Coast, from the desert. Spencer, great to have you here. Hope to see you again.
Definitely.
I like that background screen better than the first one.
Be a while.
Joe, thank you again. Wonderful. And everybody have a fantastic holiday. So.
You bet. Thank you, Joe. That was spectacular.
Yes, it was, Joe. Have a great Easter, you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
Happy Easter, everyone. Happy Good Friday.